guys, this is Alan from OC Nerf, and this is the thrifting video for the months of December and January. Before we get into the thrifting finds as well, I wanted to point out that I picked this up, which is the Reaper. This is not quite a thrifting find, but it was on sale for $9. The first one I picked up was for $14, and I think for both of those prices, this is an excellent blaster. I'm already filming parts of the review video for this, and I will be getting that as soon as I can. So this is not quite a thrifting find, but I'm going to include it here in the month of January, December, because it was a good deal. Now, let's get into the thrifting finds. For the non-blaster portion of the thrifting find, I do like my masks, and I like the ones that do other stuff too. And I found one.
I am Optimus Prime. I am Optimus Prime.
Yep. So, clearly, I am Optimus Prime. I love watching Transformers as a kid. I think this is pretty awesome. There was also another mask. There was an Iron Man mask that was missing some things. A Spider-Man mask that also talked. But it was kind of in bad condition. Then there was like this kid-sized Wolverine mask. And I love Wolverine. He's my favorite character. And I hope you guys watched the Logan movie coming out in 2 months. Whoa, wait. Almost a month away. Almost a month away for Logan. I am super excited about it. I didn't get that one because it was just too tiny. I mean, it'll fit my son, but it won't fit me, and that's kind of important. There is a Firefly that I picked up, the blue, mainly blue version. It works just fine, has a really nice spin to it. Batteries were not included. I picked up a Super Soaker, which I won't quite fire in-house. It does work, and I say that because it did have a little bit of water residue in it, so I fired this outside to get as much of the water out as possible, but it's still a little bit wet. And this is the Arctic Shock variety. Pretty nice tank, pretty useful. I wonder if it could be used this summer, or if I can use it for darts. So, let's go in there. One of my favorite pistols from last year. Now, people are talking about their favorite blasters of 2016, of which I can't believe this wasn't on more people's lists. The set review video is going to come up soon. It's got the smoothest priming and absolutely incredible performance in a small package. Another thing that I think was really cool, which was this blaster, the Blitz Fire. Yes, the Blitz Fire. I did a review on that. I'll make sure to put a link to that review in this video. But I think this is an excellent 6-shot pistol. It is much smaller, much sleeker than the Maverick or the Hammer Shot. It does not do slam fire, but its performance is phenomenal. If you just get rid of that little dark tooth in there, it works great. Then another Titan. This one did not come with its barrel, but I picked up this Titan for about $3 or $4, I believe. The gauge doesn't work, but the Titan sure does. You can hear that. So the Titan works just fine. I can still hear the ball inside of the Titan to prevent you from shooting it when it's all the way up. But yeah, this is another Titan that I had. The red one. Going back with older stuff, I have a XP105. This is a Laramie blaster, the XP105. I actually picked this up out before December, but I forgot to put it in the video. So yeah, this is really nice. It's got a gauge that does function. And it's a pretty sleek design. So this is a circa 1995 by Laramie, if you guys can read that right there. So very nice. Stickers are worn, but otherwise it's in pretty good shape. Another vintage blaster. So I did a lot of vintage finds this month. Another vintage blaster, the Secret Shot by Nerf. This is, I think, 94. Maybe I'm wrong. 94, counter, 1994. Right there. Yep, so the same year as that crossbow, I believe. Or 95 crossbow. Yeah, never mind. Which still eludes me. And its functions just fine. Flip it down for the bottom barrel. So it's got a front barrel, bottom barrel. It works just fine. It is a little worn. As you can see, that's broken. And the front here is definitely broken. But otherwise, it's in pretty good shape internally. What I'm probably going to do is do a refurbish video of this and see if I can't get this to look nice and function really well with modern parts. Which it already does, but you can always make things better. And what else did I get vintage? Yes. Vintage, with one exception here, it's in great condition. So it is a big salvo, as you can see here. And here's the pump. There it goes. That was kind of weird because you kind of have to pull the trigger in stages. And then full auto. You just do the whole trigger. So like this. And you fire all four at the same time. The inner diameter of this thing fits really well for shoving it in. I forgot what barrel material, but it works really well and it's easy enough to repurpose for the retards, which I may be doing in the future, or just gutting it out and putting the tanks in another system. You get a lot of vintage blasters here. And two more vintage blasters, and I say these are vintage blasters, even though they're fairly common, but they are still vintage. Night Finders. So I got two Night Finders. This one's a little worn here on the side, as you can see. This one is the gray variety. So this one's, I believe, the older one. I believe the gray one is the older one compared to the yellow and black. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the gray one was a little bit older. And somebody already marked this up with red marker, even on the glass here. So they both shoot just fine. This one has the light. This one does not have batteries working. And I did pick this one up with this attachment. I found this attachment floating around with no price tag, so I slipped it onto a Night Finder. My cat just loves the blinds. So I slipped this onto a Night Finder, and there we go. So I got these two. Pretty good deal. Like I said, my son loves these. I love them too. They're great. Excellent pistols. I picked up one of these before, but this time it came with, I believe, 8 balls. So I have a Azerg Blaster, which I think was a Leonard designed blaster to shoot balls here. And you put it back to prime it and then fire, and it fires balls out of this kind of a clip style system here, like a ball RSCD, similar to like a reactor. So it fits, I believe, 3. I got 3 here, 3 here, and 2 here, so I got 8. So that's pretty cool. So now I have 2 of these, and I have balls that go with them, which was a problem that I had. This one's pretty interesting because I have one of these before too, but this one came in an interesting color, which is blue. So this has the blue trigger version of the, I know this Sharpshot? I want to say Sharpshot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the Sharpshot, which is a reverse plunger single shot pistol from the Dart Tag line that holds 3 extra Nerf darts here. And the blue variety came with a better spring, so when I first saw this, I was like, ooh, that's interesting. I pulled it back and I felt the difference, and it definitely does. I think it shoots consistently, maybe about 10 to 15 FPS more than its original orange trigger variety. So that's pretty cool. I like this pistol a lot, even though it's reverse plunger. It's kind of like the Scout. I love the Scout too, and I have one. Even though it's reverse plunger, I just like the way it works, I like the way it looks. Something about this system, I really like it. And I think that's all for the vintagey vintage, with the exception of one vintage but not quite vintage, which is the Longshot. But this is the Z-Strike version of it, which is from the Zombie Strike line. So it does not say Longshot on there, because this is for the Z-Strike, I believe. It did not come with this. I just threw that on there. Put that aside. And I love Longshots. I think this is probably one of the best platforms for modification. It's got a giant plunger tube. It accepts magazines, even off-brand magazines, which... Where did I put that other one? Oh, well. It's buried under there. But it accepts off-brand magazines as well. And it's just a workhorse. If you want it to be, you can reinforce it to heck and back, and it will just serve so many purposes. You can put such a heavy spring load in here and that plunger volume. It is amazing. Someone's asked me for how much to sell one of these, because I do have quite a few long shots, and I believe we've got 3 specifically now of the cyan colored Z-Strike. One of them is upgraded with the Orange Modworks Stage 1 and 2. But I love long shots, so I'm debating whether or not to sell one, because I usually sell them as commissions, not as blasters themselves. I haven't really shown this off before, but this is one of my work in progress long shots. So this is a brass brooch long shot with, you guys should get one of these too. This is an ANSI Star Red Dot sight. It fits really well onto Nerf tactical rails. Even if it doesn't, you still have options to tighten it. But this has its stop block. It has metal reinforcements inside as well. It has a recon slide to use as a pump, as you can see here. And if you look inside, you're wondering, oh, how does it pump without that bar? Well, the bar is internal. So if you see in there, it's an internal priming bar. You can see better. So there's an internal priming bar here. So this is my long shot. I will talk more about it once I kind of do something else with it. But as of right now, it's kind of my working in progress forever and ever and ever. Just because I use this to test different things, different ideas I may have. I take out things and then put something else new in there that I'm like, oh, I wonder if this mod will work better, like if I do a brass this way or whatnot. So currently, it is running a sleeper breach in this one. It works just fine. So I might do a video on that sometime in the future. I just haven't gotten around to it. Now, let's see what else we got. We have another one of my favorites, which is the Rapid Red. This is the Rebel version of the Strike. Came with batteries and this thing on top. And the magazine. How about that? Came with all those things. It works just fine. I like the sleek look of the Rebel line. This just is awesome, and I'm glad I have another one. So I've got one of these in box, and I've got this one to play around with. I picked up some ammo, and I do have Zimbos. I have the good Zimbo, because there's a lot of the newer ones are kind of weak. But I have a good Zimbo that easily breaks, 100 feet if you let it. And I picked up some arrows for it. Nothing too crazy there. And I picked up a rarity amongst thrifting finds, which is a Boomko blaster. Not just any Boomko blaster, a Boomko blaster I've been looking for quite some time. And none of my stores really carry Boomko anymore, with the exception of Toys R Us carrying the Halo line, which I have the Brute Spiker, got the pistol, and whatnot. But I found myself a Insanity, and it had batteries, so I was able to test it in the store to see, oh, does it work? It sure does. So I am super stoked, super happy to have picked up the Spin Sanity. I will be modifying this one up as well. I've already ran through and tested it. It works great. There's a few quirks that I'm not quite used to, as I'm not very familiar with the Boomko line, but I figured it out and I think it works really, really great. Boomtendo speaks very highly of this as his, not just primary, but his only blaster of choice. So link to his channel as well, where he talks about what he's done with his Spin Sanity. I think he's done a great job with it. Also 498 Nerf, who was the first person I saw do a modification for the Spin Sanity. I'll link to that channel as well. Okay. Next one is another one I've been looking for, and with the exception of a blue scuff mark, I think this is in great shape. But this is the Elite Raven with the Firefly Tech magazine that it comes with, and if I turn it on, you can see that it even had batteries in it. So that is pretty darn cool. And this as well came with batteries in it. I love the Raven, and I've got quite a growing collection of Ravens. This is my first Elite Raven. All I've got is a bunch of the old original green, this kind of green Raven. So this is pretty awesome. I've been meaning to do something with my Ravens, but I have yet to do it. So, and it came with all of its doors, so I don't have to print anything. So if you see the wall that I have in my normal video viewing, you'll see that I have a Raven up there. That was my first Raven that I picked up, and it did not have a battery door. And that's the reason why it's up there. I've got plenty of Ravens, all complete. Since then, that was the first one I picked up. It has all of its doors. Everything works just fine. Good. The last one here. Get this stick. Okay. The last one here. Just had to make sure that it was the final blaster. I'm going to give you 2 hints as to what it is, and I want you to let me know in the comments what you think it is before you see it. So, this is hint number 1, 24 rival rounds. This is what it came with. Hint number 2 is it uses a 12-round magazine. You guys got your guesses yet? Any guesses? Tell me in the comments. I'm going to prime it, and I want you to tell me what you think it is. Okay? It is this monstrosity of a shotgun. This is the rival Atlas. I misspoke in a previous video where I kept calling my Apollo an Atlas and back and forth, just because I kept thinking about this blaster. Now I get it; it's only got two shots at a time, 12 round magazine, so they only get 6 shots out of it. But come on, it is a big and beefy shotgun in a rival line that shoots 2 at once. I saw this in the toy fair videos of last year and was just anxiously waiting to see it. And it is a really beefy blaster in person. And it is really pretty too. This is a really nice, thick, chunky priming grip. I love this thing. I like the rival line. And there's a little flip up sight there for you. One thing to point out as well is this is for anybody, Chris Cartaya, especially Jet X people that are watching. I love Longshots. I really do. So I'm really super excited about the things you guys are coming up with. I made an order along with a bunch of other people, and I'm still waiting for my order. Totally get it. I'm a patient guy. I know what's going on. But one of the things I don't like about the Longshot is it does not have a trigger guard. Not that important, I get it sometimes, but I like the trigger guard. I like that I can put my finger right there as part of that trigger guard. So what I wanted to point out to you, Chris, and anybody else that may be watching this that's somewhat involved or somewhat has an ear for JetX or any other company that does off-brand creations of their own for blasters, is create a trigger guard. And most specifically, I really dig this kind of trigger guard. So the Rival line has a really awesome handle and trigger piece here, so I really dig it. That being said, this is the last blaster on my list for December, January. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I talked a lot about other stuff as well, and I think I'm not missing anything. Sometimes I do that. Yeah, so I have collected quite a lot of blasters over the last few years, and as soon as I get a chance to, I'm probably going to dig them all out, maybe do an arsenal video if I get enough comments, likes about it, or requests for it. I hate to do one because it's going to take a long time to get it set up and done, but the other thing is I also want to catalog all the blasters that I have, which I haven't done, and you know, probably sell the ones that I really don't need and was thinking of selling in the first place, but are now just buried under piles and piles of blasters in all these bins. So if there's anything that you see, just like in the last video, and you're curious about how much it would cost, like, hey, you picked that up, I would love to have one of those, would you be willing to sell it? Let me know, make me an offer, shoot me an email at ocnerfherder@gmail.com, or let me know in the comment section below, and maybe we can get in contact. If there's anything else in previous videos, including modded blasters that you may have seen that you want to purchase, let me know as well. That being said, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a long video. I will try not to make it any longer. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Nerf on, everybody.